Ladies and gentlemen, apologies for no webcam today. My voice is very strained. I've been talking a lot for content I've been preparing. And so I want to put all my efforts into coherent articulation so you can actually understand what I'm saying rather than me performing for the camera and sacrificing the quality of my speech here. The reason I'm not just skipping today with the state of my throat is because we've actually seen some very important price action. I want to bring you an update here. I think it's necessary. We have seen a great weekly candle close across the board, not only for Bitcoin, but also for Ethereum, right? And also for the altcoin market cap. So just good stuff around the board here. Bitcoin has seen a very bullish Hashribbon's buy signal, a very rare signal that has a very high success ratio. So we'll discuss that today. We'll also discuss the fact that you shouldn't get confused between medium-term and long-term bullish and short-term bullish. Unfortunately, the short-term doesn't look too great. We do see signs of exhaustion here on the short-term. They can persist for a little bit longer, but ultimately the likely scenario on short-term is some sort of correction. Depends on how big that correction is, but ultimately it's not going to matter much, right? Because medium-term and long-term looks so good. But I thought I'd just give you an update on that as well, so you don't jump into long signals blindly here. And then I'll also look into, finally, something that's been very important for the last couple of months. We've seen, for the first time in a long time, really, a significant decorrelation between Bitcoin and the S&P 500, which has raised some eyebrows because it means that traditional market indicators that move Bitcoin to the upside have been doing the opposite, right? For the last 2 months, we've seen Bitcoin move downwards while the S&P moves upwards. Very strange price action, okay? And it's good to see now, finally, some more good news, that this seems to be resolving. We seem to be seeing a recorrelation here, which is great to see, and we'll discuss that today. So again, apologies if I have weird coherence today. My voice is very strained, but I'll try my best, right? So we'll get into the content. Just a quick little couple of things before we do so. The BingX and Bitunix exchanges, they are both global non-KYC. They have both never been hacked before, and they both already have very competitive trading fees that can be made even lower with my referral link down below. If you sign up to these exchanges with my referral link, you will be able to access a 15% trading fee discount for life just by using my link. So get on good exchanges. You can access them from anywhere in the world with my links and get those discounts. It helps out the channel and helps you as well by getting on a great exchange that you can use for a long period of time. Right, let's get back into the content. We'll start out with the weekly candle close because that's really the main topic of the video, right? We saw the weekly candle close. Not only was it good for the candles, it was great for the candles because we saw actually Bitcoin dip into a very major region of support, dip into the bull market support band. And in doing so, we came down and we dipped into the mid-range support rectangle, right? We dipped actually below it briefly. Mid-range support rectangle over here. We dipped below it, dipped into the bull market support band, grabbed some liquidity from the 63K region as expected, and we bounced right back to the upside, continuing the upwards trend. It's been great on a structural basis, but it's also been great for indicators, namely the Hashribbon's indicator. Let's bring it up right now. You can see a blue circle has kind of printed right here. What does that mean? That's a buy signal, right? And if we zoom back in Bitcoin's price action with this indicator and we look at when blue circles have occurred, let's just mark it out so you can see it very clearly, right? Blue circles all across 2012 led to upside price action. Blue circle in 2013 led to a bull market. Blue circle 2015 led to a bull market, right? Blue circle again, just before the COVID drop, we saw that run up and we saw that triggered by a Hashribbon's cross. Blue circles across the entirety of the price consolidation region. They were kind of stuffed up a bit by COVID, but once we saw COVID resolve, we saw a couple of them come in and it led to that 2021 bull market. One of them led to the 2021 July bottom during the massive correction of the bull market. And ever since then, they've worked every single time. They've worked over here during July of 2023, which is our most recent one. And they also marked the bottom in the 2022 bear market. So it's just great to see a very low failure rate with this Hashribbon buy signal. When you see the blue circles, they work, right? We've seen a couple of occurrences, 3 of them actually, where we've seen blue circles trigger and then kind of get cut out. We've seen failures, right? Which is what the green circles are. And even with those failures, one of them didn't even fail at all. The price went upwards. One of them over here in 2021 was a failure, and one of them over here was a failure as well. So out of basically, let's just count them right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 signals. 2 of them have failed. Maybe like 1 or 2 of them have been pretty much useless. and the other 14 or 13 have been very bullish. So it's great to see a bullish trigger here that is without a doubt positive. There's no argument you can make. That is great news for Bitcoin. So great indicator there of the Hashribbon's cross. Great candle as a whole, just dipping into support and coming right back up, maintaining the upwards trend. The medium term looks great. We've broken above the mid-range level. We are now en route to attacking the all-time high for Bitcoin, right, on a medium term scale. There is one more little blockade here, and that is the short-term price action. Right, unfortunately, the short-term price action is forming a ascending wedge formation. That is a pattern of exhaustion. We're coming towards the end of the wedge. If it is going to break down, it's going to do so very soon, likely within the next 24 hours. We're seeing, of course, as well, bearish exhaustion on the RSI as well, a RSI divergence, bearish RSI divergence playing out with that ascending wedge formation. So just not really much good news in the short term. Perhaps we pull backwards again once more to the 67K or maybe even 66K region, but I'm not expecting much lower than that. I expect 66K to hold for the most part, and I expect Bitcoin to end up breaking all-time highs within probably a month. I do think that's going to be the case here. We are very close to breaking all-time highs now. If we cross this short-term barrier, there's a short-term barrier here with this ascending wedge formation. There's some short-term exhaustion here. Once we deal with that, we are on track to see a move upwards to attack the all-time high level, right? So we're very close here to getting above all-time highs. We're really on the cusp of it once more. And I'm very happy to see Bitcoin making such, swift progress. Only a month ago, less than a month ago, we were down here at 53K. We've come upwards in less than a month. Almost $20,000 US on Bitcoin, 30% move in less than a month. So really great to see. Haven't seen any real major corrections during this move. I mean, look, we saw one from 68K down to 63K. I guess you could say that's a major correction, but I'm just saying the upwards trend has sustained. So don't be too surprised if we do see something. But for the most part, I don't see evidence of it, right? I'm just saying don't be too surprised if we see something. But, again, there's not really much evidence for a significant correction here. What we do see evidence for is a small correction from this short-term exhaustion. But again, just across the board, Bitcoin's weekly candle was great. We dipped into support. We went upwards again. We flipped the mid-range level. Yeah, we're seeing short-term exhaustion, but it doesn't mean anything on a medium-term or long-term basis. The long-term is undeniably bullish, and it's not only the case. Apologies for stuttering here. My throat is really acting up. It's not only the case for Bitcoin. It's also the case for Ethereum. Ethereum has managed to do quite good stuff as well. It has, we know Ethereum was under pressure. We discussed it yesterday. Ethereum was underneath its mid-range level. It was testing at that for resistance. After seeing a strong wick into that level and rejecting downwards again, we needed Ethereum to move upwards, and it did it. Just in the nick of time, we saw a bullish engulfing candle on Ethereum, and we plunged right upwards through that resistance, and we flipped that level for support. Not only that, but we've come upwards and we've closed the Ethereum weekly candle within the bull market support band. It could not be better for Ethereum. It could not be better for Bitcoin. The weekly candle really was great. So great news on Ethereum, great news on Bitcoin. What about altcoins? Well, the altcoin market, unfortunately, is still at resistance. But overall, given the macro bullishness of Bitcoin and Ethereum on a clear level, I do expect the macro bullishness to follow for altcoins quite shortly. The reason why altcoins are lagging behind is because we are not in altcoin season yet, right? The altcoin season starts at the end of step 4. Look at this 5-step plan, right? 5 steps in this bull market here. We're following the exact same pattern. And right now, we are in step 4. Now, at the end of step 4, that is when we see altcoin season. We look at Bitcoin dominance, right? Step 4 ended in January 2021. When did Bitcoin dominance start dropping, guys? It started dropping in January 2021 on the same exact weekly candle close that we broke at the highs of step 4. That's when altcoin season started. We can expect the same thing again, right? So I'm not actually too concerned by altcoins not doing much here. I don't expect them to do much. Altcoins will only start doing things when they break the highs. So right now we are still in a Bitcoin dominant market. Altcoins didn't see the best weekly candle, but it wasn't terrible either, right? We still maintained the levels we needed to maintain, and we still maintained, actually, the bull market support band. So overall, great weekly candles across the board, confirming very bullish price action for Bitcoin, which in turn does confirm eventual bullish price action for altcoins to come. Just hasn't come yet. They're lagging behind. That's very normal. That's very much to be expected. This is why, just to reiterate it one more time, I've said this a few times in previous videos, this is why I'm not in a massive rush to tell everyone to jump into altcoins right now. Stack 100x gems now. there's no rush, right? We're not in an altcoin season yet. We haven't broken the highs yet. Bitcoin is still outperforming altcoins. That's the reality. So rushing into altcoins brainlessly, you're not actually doing what the market's telling you to do. The market is telling you to wait until there is an altcoin season and then react. We haven't seen it yet. Now it is next. So, you are suited. You are probably in a good position to take some high risk plays with small portions of your portfolio, but this is not really a time to be jumping 100% into altcoins simply because the market does not permit it yet. The market is still in a Bitcoin season very clearly. Bitcoin dominance is actually going upwards here. It's testing its highs. So Bitcoin season is very much still intact. Rest assured, altcoins will follow eventually, just not quite yet. Maybe after Bitcoin breaks all-time highs, we can discuss it a little bit further, but right now it's not really the case yet. But again, overall, good weekly candle closes across the board. A bit of exhaustion going on in short term. And the final topic is the S&P 500 Bitcoin correlation, namely the reverse correlation. As I mentioned in the introduction, it's been a point of concern over the last couple of months. We've seen the S&P 500 go downwards while Bitcoin went upwards. We also see Bitcoin going downwards while the S&P went upwards. This is weird stuff. This doesn't really happen, right? At the most, you see a decorrelation, like what we saw in 2023, where Bitcoin went sideways while the S&P 500 went upwards and then downwards. That's what you see at the most, and that lasted a long period of time. Right now, we've actually seen a reverse correlation. So we've taken it a step further. Not only is it decorrelation, it's reverse correlation. And the reason why this is being concerning is because people have speculated that when the S&P starts going up again, Bitcoin will actually go downwards, because that's what the reverse correlation suggests. But luckily, it looks like Bitcoin has started going upwards, and it looks like the S&P 500 chart has found a yellow support line here that I've just outlined. And with that support line, it has led to the bottom of the S&P, and you can see Bitcoin and the S&P acting together once more. So perhaps we've seen a resolution to that problem there. It was a problem. It was something that was concerning, and this could be a resolution. So that's great news as well. Again, guys, apologies for my poor articulation today. My throat is killing me. But yeah, just good news across the board. Let me just recap. Bitcoin seeing a very good Hashribbon's buy signal come in, a very good weekly candle in general, holding onto the key levels it needs to hold. Bitcoin obviously seeing a break above the mid-range support level as well. Great to see. Looking to attack all-time highs quite shortly. If we do see a pullback on short term, don't be overly concerned. That is justified. There is short-term exhaustion. Ethereum's looking good. It managed to do great things just in the nick of time yesterday before the weekly candle. Altcoins are not looking amazing, but they're performing as expected, so nothing too concerning. I still expect an altcoin season when this macro move, when the next macro move begins, which hasn't happened yet. And to end it off, kind of a cherry on top here with the great news today, the S&P and Bitcoin look like they're behaving together again, which is great to see. That's a point of concern we don't really need to worry about much anymore, unless this is a scam and it's just a coincidence. But it looks like there is resolution there, and the reason I'm pretty confident there is resolution is because the S&P is not just doing this out of nowhere. It's doing this based on a massive support line. So good to see overall. Very happy with the charts right now. I like them a lot on medium term and long term. Again, short term, don't worry about short term. Short term could go badly. As long as we maintain the mid-range level at 66K, it's nothing too concerning. But things looking quite good right now. I'll end the video there because I think I'm about to actually collapse with my voice. But guys, I'm going to need a like and comment here today. The persistence I've had with getting this video out, I've recorded it 3 times. My throat's dead. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, show some support. I really appreciate it. If you appreciate the content, help me out today, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. BingX, BitGet, you know the drill. Check out the links down below. 15% trading fee discounts. If you want altcoin trading signals, you can get them on my VIP group on Telegram. I post 4 of them per week. We also have a group chat where you can discuss the market 24/7 with 120 other members. We also have our PDF with the historical trading results. It's all transparent. So go on there, check the results for yourself and see if you're happy with them. And then you can make the decision to join if you want. Very good group. Get in there. And then finally, the last thing here, before I can go take 15 strepsils, is the Crypto Academy's Become a Trader 10-unit course. It is on sale right now. That is our educational course developed by myself and Megawell Crypto. We made this course in 2022, and ever since then, it's been thriving. We have about 150 members in this course, learning, educating themselves, becoming profitable traders, and you can become one of them, guys. Read up all the information on the website and email us using the email address, which is on the website as well. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.